Welcome one, welcome all, duelists, to the next iteration of the Yu-Gi-Oh! Draft Series. This is Michael, aka The Decor, and this time around, we are giving the limelight to Yu-Gi-Oh's second extra deck mechanic, Synchro. This mechanic not only introduced the tuner subtype, but also these wonderful white cards we've all come to recognize, not only giving the game some of the most powerful cards to date, but adding math to our reading comprehension. As if we needed more to consider when it comes to card games. Nonetheless, I personally believe this was the mechanic that started to shift the game of dual monsters into something quite unique. Not only had players never seen white colored cards, but it started to display the possibilities and capabilities of this once simple card game. And so we arrive here, a draft designed around the Synchro mechanic and those willing to take the challenge. With each draft, I put up a poll to see what the local community wants to play with, and recently, I've been able to create a preview list on the Yu-Gi-Oh! Neuron app to kind of give the players an idea of what to expect in the draft. And this time around, they've selected the following archetypes. Yang Zheng, a synchro-based archetype that not only possesses some very powerful extra deck monsters, but can utilize the mechanic even in your opponent's turn. Shida Nui, a graveyard-based archetype with a variety of cards that can utilize the mechanic by banishing themselves from the graveyard. Red Rose, based and fledged out around one of the original Signer Dragons, the Red Rose Dragon, now coming in with some brand new support. And last but not least, Lightsworn, one of those OG fan favorite archetypes that's been included due to the brand new support it received. In addition, the following have been added to the draft to help support the chosen archetypes and the synchro mechanic. The Resonators, a handful of devilish little tuners with their own little gimmick. The Synchrons, an assortment of Yusei's buddies joining in to aid the contestants. The Tenyi, quite a unique archetype with a variety of levels that helps out normal monsters as well. And last, the Draco Slayers, coming in to aid the pendulums included in the draft. Now let's give it up to the contestants that took up this challenge. Germ, a fellow Team Rose member. John, the champion of our first Yu-Gi-Oh! Draft Series. Manny, the Yu-Gi-Oh! Draft Fusion champion. Marquis, one of our past contestants and winners when we were first fledging out the draft, coming back to see if he can make it to the top. Daniel, returning to fledge out his drafting skills. Marco, who despite being a busy man, finds time for a good duel. Guillermo, coming back to have a good time and just see how far he can go. And me, Michael, the Decor. I partake every now and then just to make sure cards are flowing and working as intended, and give the boys a bit of a challenge. But boy, were these videos a whole different challenge altogether, where nothing, and I mean nothing, went as intended. So if you'll allow me to vent for a little bit, on that particular day in which we hosted the tournament, the heat actually caused my GoPro to continue crashing, making it extra difficult to acquire full footage of the matches. But the biggest offender was the Adobe Express program I used to try and edit this project. It gave me the biggest malfunction to date, not only making the videos unusable halfway through the production, but it was one of the most disheartening things. Not only do I make these videos out of enjoyment for the game, but it sucks to see your work and time go to waste over something that should kind of just work as intended, really. I basically had to learn a whole new app and restart some of the editing just to get any of the videos done way after they were intended to. Oh boy. It kind of made me question whether to continue these, really. So apologies for the delay, but despite no one knowing the kind of hardships I had to go through and the videos did not come out as I would have wanted, I can at least say that I made it through the Synchro era in one piece. But this is also why this draft is sponsored by my personal brand, Así es la vida, which more than just a brand, it's a mindset that resonates that much more through each of these hardships. It's a mindset that not only acknowledges the struggle that comes from creating art, but but you really do have to recognize that the process, it needs to be trusted, you know, because there's no other way to get to the end but just to move forward. So with all that said, I'd like to welcome back fellow duelists to the Yu-Gi-Oh! Draft Series. Thank you.